What up, Periscope people? I gotta remember how close this thing gets. I gotta wait for people to join in. Let me know where you're from when you're coming in. I'm gonna talk about some pretty fun stuff today. Where are you guys from? Give me it. Tell me. What's up, people? Say hello. Share, share, share. Give me some love. What's going on? No one got in their little comment box. Hello, what's up? Create Magic? Where are you from? Alright, people. What's up, Erica? I nerded it up today a little bit with my glasses. Hey, San Francisco, I love that city. Such a great city. What up, Kelly? Hey. Denver, sweet, a little Colorado action. I'm actually originally from a part of Canada that's just north of Denver. In Calgary, if you know it. Maybe you don't. You know, have you guys noticed when I was choosing emojis that went with rejection and making it your bitch, I noticed that there's all these awesome emojis for women, like raising your hand and like whatever the little like hair flick or whatever that is. But for guys, have you noticed that there's only a frustrated guy? Hey, what's up, New Jersey? There's only a frustrated emoji. And I really think this is hilarious because I think that frustrated emoji is trying to understand all of the female emojis. And so he's just confused and frustrated. And so it's like the one emotion that we're being given on emojis. Anyways, there's a new guy. There better be some new ones because I'm feeling like there's some sexism going on in the emoji world. I want to fight for equal rights of emojis because we have the right to have like, I don't know what a hair flick would be for a guy, but it would be pretty sweet. I know, right? So I'm going to talk about a couple things today. So I had a post this week on my Instagram is Create the Love, and I had a post about rejection and just taking rejection and switching what it means for us. So I think that we usually make like if someone doesn't text us back or call us back or I know the new term is ghosting, but I always thought it was flaking. That was like, maybe this is like a throwback Thursday thing that ghosting's the new flaking. Anyways, when this happens, when people don't call us back or they don't, make space for us in their lives, we're usually like, well, that's because we were this, or maybe I wasn't good looking enough, or maybe I wasn't funny enough, or maybe I said something that wasn't right, or I texted them too much, or called them too much. And we make it about us when really it's not really about us. If you think about the actual shift of what's happening here is you really want someone who can show up for you. You want someone who you can text when you want or do anything like just communicate with without thinking about it. And when someone can't do that back with us, it's not about us. They're not capable of showing up for us. So really what's happening is this person is not able, they're mediocre. They're below average. They're not able to be the type of partner we want. And so when this isn't happening, when we're not getting them, we don't realize that the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it, is kicking mediocrity out of our lives. And you know what? I think that where I said rejection is just the universe's way of not allowing us to settle for mediocrity, but also from ourselves too, because when we date people who don't show up for us, we're accepting mediocrity too. And so it's really a great way of seeing that there's more for you out there. There's more that we can believe in. I think that the other thing that's fascinating is we place so much value on being in a relationship that we don't really see the value of not being in one. So our goal is generally, let's get in a relationship. And we think that we're picking between a relationship or nothing. But what we really have to understand is you're not picking between a relationship or nothing. You're picking between a mediocre relationship or an even better one that's down the road. So we have to see that there's this mind shift that has to happen. And if we're used to thinking that things are about us, then it takes a bit of time. So it's about like, as soon as you feel rejection, you might internalize it. What you need to do is actually just remind yourself, oh, this isn't about me. This is about someone else. This is about them. And then you can really start to change the way that your brain works. Because we don't realize that the way we learn belief systems are just neurological processes. And so we can actually learn to have different ones. So when something happens, we can learn a different response. It's like if someone's a smoker and they normally socially smoke, they get triggered to smoke when they're out with other people. But you can learn that when you get out with other people, maybe it's about having water or a glass of wine or vodka or whatever happens. All right, so the second part I wanted to talk about is how to get rid of, how to let go of this person. First, we made rejection our bitch. Now we're going to let go of the person that rejected us. So I posted about that today. And so I really think that, the idea that time heals all is really, in a way, true, but it really depends what we do with our time. So if we spend all our time checking their Facebook and their Instagram, then we're just going to be sitting in a mellow bit of pain. It's horrible. And God, we all do this, right? And who hasn't been rejected? All of us. So what we want to do, so my rule number one is unfollow them from all social media, unfriend them if you have to. And realize that it doesn't matter what the message is if you unfriend them, because this is about repairing you. Number one priority is you. It's not everybody else, it's you. And see, what usually gets us lost in a relationship is we make other people more important than us. And that's when we start to get lost. So your number one priority is you. So number one is social media boundaries. You have to enact great social media boundaries. Number two is you have to tell them what you need. Like, what are your boundaries? Do not contact me. Do not call me. Do not text me, especially at 2 a.m. I ain't your booty call. Like, fuck that. That's bullshit. So you need to have strict boundaries. If they cross your boundaries, then you need to raise the level of response. So if you haven't blocked them, it's time to block their phone number. It's time to block their Facebook, their email, whatever it is. That's really important. Number three is for sure to get moving. You got to start exercising. You got to start doing things that you love. You got to start really building habits that are about you. Like I said before, in relationship, we often forget about us. So we need to start putting in things that are about us. We need to start going to yoga or meditating or journaling is actually the next one. So I think that being really paying attention to the pain. Often we like to drink away our pain. Maybe most of us have done that. I don't know if everyone has. But I certainly have gone to the bar instead. What if you can't avoid all contact with them? So I think if you have kids or you work with them, then you have to be really mindful of your interactions. So you have to put boundaries around those interactions. If it's kids, I think one thing that's really important with, I know he's raising the roof, isn't he? I think that one of the things with kids that's really important, a lot of people will say that divorce has a huge effect and breakups have a huge effect on kids. Although that's true, it's really about how we behave in a breakup, in a divorce. So if there's kids, it's just really important that parenting comes first and communication in front of the kids is maintained in a respectful way, because we're really teaching our kids how to communicate in the storm when that happens. So you just have to put in good boundaries around kids. And I say just, it's always not, it's easy to say, it's always a little challenging to do. So I think that really feeling our pain is important. So it's really important that we actually sit through everything that's happening. We run from it a lot of the time, and I think journaling is really, so for me what works is journaling, writing down what's going on for me. The other thing that really works for me is meditation. And a lot of people think that meditation is about having this quiet mind that doesn't say anything, and when you've done it right, that's bullshit. Meditation is whatever you want it to be. You can go for a walk and meditate. That's just your mind thinking. They're just thoughts. So you can acknowledge them and go, okay, that's a thought I'm having. Thoughts aren't real. We make thoughts. And you just sit through it. A lot of people say that meditation is about always being in this space of Buddha, Zen. No. It's just about hearing your mind. And it gets quieter the more you listen to it. And it's just about sitting through that storm. If you've never meditated, it's just about starting and trying and just weathering that storm. And you'll find that you'll start to listen to the things, your intuition, all the things that you haven't been paying attention to. Those are the things that start to come up. All right. So the last thing that is key, and I think this is the most important thing when we're getting over a past relationship, because no matter what happened, they broke up with us, they cheated on us, whatever it is. What up, Jen? No matter what it is, there's a lesson in it for us. Because even if they cheated on us or whatever happened, we probably didn't set really great boundaries. It's probably not the first time that they violated trust. So there's opportunities for us to learn about how to move forward, we might have compromised ourselves. So it's learning about, okay, how did I compromise myself? Where did I let go of me? I think one thing that's fascinating is in relationships, most of the problems come from having bad boundaries. So if you can learn how to have great boundaries and ask for what you need, then you will have the best relationships in the world because you won't compromise yourself or lose yourself to your partner. You'll be able to say, actually, this is what I need. And they go, okay, well, thanks for telling me what you need. I can give you that. So we have to look for the things in our past that, allow us to grow. They really we need to really look at how did we show up? What can we do better? Because we trade valuable time for relationships. So if we're not learning from those, then, you're wasting your time. You can't just look back and go, well, I just want to forget about that. Forgetting about stuff is different than forgiving it. And forgiveness comes in taking the experience and making it valuable to you. Like, I gave up 4 months for this person. It's like, no, you didn't. There's so much gold in there. There's so many lessons. There's so many gifts to look at how you can be better. Because at the end of the day, relationships lasting or not lasting is not the outcome we're looking for. The outcome is, did I honor myself and was I doing the best I could? Some relationships will come and go. You know what? They'll go their distance, and if you're doing the best you can and they go their distance, then you can let them go. But not every relationship is meant to last forever. If it was true that they all were, we'd all be in relationships that lasted forever. And I think that once we let go of that, then we can truly show up day to day. And my metric personally, when I shifted away from the bullshit of it being like, my relationship has to last till I die, and I just changed this small difference. I just made, did I do the best I could today? And sometimes doing the best you can is like saying, I can't talk right now. I can't talk about this. I'm not able to show up for you right now. I need to just take some time. And once you make your metric doing the best you can every day, the days will add up to years, maybe to life. But at the end of the day, if you're doing the best you can, then you're sending the right message to the people around you. This isn't about following the rules that we're taught. This is about honoring yourself and being kind, and being kind to yourself too. Anyways, so that is like the end of my rant about making rejection your bitch and learning how to forgive and move forward. And if you guys have any questions, you can type them in the little comment box. Feel free to share these too. I think if you slide left or right, you can share it. And I think the hearts when you tap the screen is kind of like raising the roof on Periscope. So I like it when people raise the roof, I guess. Only if you agree with what I'm saying. Or if you think that my hair isn't looking too bad. I've been told to cut it. What do you think? Yes? No? Not a rant. Oh, well, yeah, I was going to say, I made you cry, but there's a good thing about that. So that's good. And you had an LOL at the back, which really gives me some affirmation. Thank you very much. I know, this is getting dirty. I gotta shave this. It's gonna be gone. Because I can't grow a long beard. I'm not allowed to play around playgrounds if I have a long beard. It's creepy. It gets bad. Anyways, I love all of you guys. And feel free to just go on Create the Love on Instagram or on my website, markgroves.tv. I write a lot of different articles too. Oh yeah, I know. I try to mix it up. A little nerd, different flow, sometimes hair, sometimes a hat. Anyways, peace out, guys. I hope you guys have a really awesome day.